is 11:30 p.m. on this late Sunday night, February 4th, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Sunday night, February 4th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11:30 p.m. on this late Sunday night, and our top story on the Peter Channel Late Night News at 11:30 p.m. is a stunner in Minneapolis in Super Bowl 52. Patriots favored to win it all against the underdog Eagles. And the Eagles dethroned Tom Brady Patriots for the first Super Bowl in the titles in a stunner 41-33. As we'll have more than that coming up on the Peter Channel Sports Nightly Show, coming up in a few minutes from now. Okay, looking at some other news. 2 dead, including an Amtrak engineer who feared died on the job in a horrific South Carolina train crash and over 116 injured. Ram trucks ad during Super Bowl use of Martin Luther King Jr. audio sparks social media scorn. Trump them sent doing protest messages during Super Bowl. Trey Gowdy said memo has no impact on Russia probe. Israel carries out airstrikes in Egypt where Cairo is okay. China accuses U.S. of Cold War mentality over nuclear policy. Hitler booked surveillance found in Italy's suspect's home. Israel issues deportation notice of Afghan migrants. Paul Ryan deletes tweet about tax cuts after Trudeau backlash. Trump back in Washington after a weekend in Palm Beach. North Carolina Harvard auto couple arrested and says to have a love child. Holocaust denier runner for Congress has no opponents in Republican primary. Seoul, North Korea plans to send members of its cultural delegation to Pyeongchang Winter Olympics on a ferry. North Korea will send the regime's criminal head of state to the South Korea on Friday as the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics kick off. An oil tanker carrying 22 Indian crew members and dozens of tons of gas were reported missing off the coast of West Africa, India's foreign ministry said. Record snowfall in Moscow has resulted in travel delays, injuries, and at least one death, according to the mayor of Russian capital. North Korea uses embassy in Berlin to obtain materials for its nuclear weapons program, according to Germany's Domestic Intelligence Service. A strong, shallow earthquake struck the coast of Taiwan Sunday evening. Tens of thousands of protesters gathered in the Greek capital of Athens to protest negotiations regarding the use of the name Macedonia. China has called on the United States to end its Cold War mentality, arguing the United States should be shooting at its nuclear arsenal, not diversifying it. A 2-year-old girl in Akron, Ohio died after she was found frozen in a porch of an apartment complex on Friday, police said. The Transportation Security Administration confiscated a record number of firearms found in the carry-on bags in 2017, the agency said in a report. The White House plans to withdraw the controversial nomination of Kathleen Hartman-Wright for the head of the Council on Environmental Quality. Early morning fire destroys Barnes' historic home in Rehoboth. Community rallies at restaurant for a new Attleboro High School. Mansfield remembers the blizzard of '78. Plainville officials want more liquor licenses in town. Football signed by Patriots Chris Hogan to be raffled by Attleboro nonprofit. Man arrested after Seekonk chase and pole plunge in Attleboro benefits Special Olympics. SpaceX receives commercial launch license for its first Falcon Heavy flight. A sun and selfie embodies curiosity's 5-year journey across bars. Massive comet led the after experience of mini ice age 13,000 years ago, researchers said. Superfast asteroid zooms safely by the Earth this Super Bowl Sunday. Regulators who took an anti-vaccine doctor may pay millions for humiliating him. What do woodpeckers get in brain damage have to do with football? Cancer from cell phones, new studies say no need to hang up, and cancer vaccine eliminates 97% of the mice tumors. Peter Channel News time is 11:32 on this late Sunday night, and it's time now for the Peter Channel traffic check on this late Sunday night. Beep beep! Let's study off on the MBTA where the bus shelter placed at Mattapan trolley service by the end of the service on Sunday. And on the commuter rail and the ferries, they are all looking good. Okay, let's take a look at the highways and byways of New England on this late Sunday night. And the A4 eastbound side, little slower west of 91 Harvard, Connecticut. Southern Expressway on both ends back to between Dorchester and downtown Boston. Mass parking on the westbound side. It is closed between Chester and Lee until early tomorrow morning due to some little road work. 84 eastbound side, Lawson, Wilton, Connecticut. And up north, 91 on both ends back between Brattleboro and all the way to the Canadian border. 89, it's slow between Cargo, New Hampshire and the Canadian border. And 893 on both ends is back between Cargo, New Hampshire all the way up to Route 91 in Vermont. 24 at the northbound side, Little Storm, Route 44 in Raynham. And take a look at downtown Boston. It's Commonwealth Avenue is closed until Commonwealth Avenue is closed. Beacon Street is closed. Brookline Avenue is closed. And the area around the Fenway Park, the roads are closed due to the celebrations of the Patriots. Through the bars having the Patriots Super Bowl, but it's gonna quell it because the Patriots lost. But they had a good season. Peter Challenger's time is 11:34 on this late Sunday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And take a look at the radar satellite loop. It shows some light to moderate bands of rain, much of eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island and some of Vermont, southeast Vermont, southern New Hampshire, and much of Maine. And zeroing in on some heavy bands of rain showers from Greenville, Rhode Island, down to Attleboro, Massachusetts, and some heavy bands of rain showers from Brockton and Hanover, Mass, and heavy band rain showers around Kingston and Plymouth, down around West Carver, and heavy band rain showers in the northwestern portions of Rhode Island and West Greenwich and Hopkins Halls in Rhode Island. And to the west of us, we're seeing a heavy band of rain showers down around northeastern portions of Connecticut and west of Worcester and south of Amherst, New Hampshire, and heavy band of rain showers around Great Britain and down in Greenfield. So that's why the Pike is closed because of the flooding rains tonight. While seeing some snow from eastern tip of New York down to northwestern portions of Massachusetts, such a much of Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and the northwestern portions of Maine, and some sleet from Lebanon, New Hampshire, all the way down Murder from Laconia, New Hampshire, and down around Rumford, Maine, and rain showers stretching all the way to much of Maine, coastal Maine, and New Brunswick, much of Nova Scotia, and snow down around Quebec, and some snow showers from southwestern portions of Quebec, northeastern portions of Ontario, and much of western New York and PA, and eastern Ohio, and down to western West Virginia, and down to eastern portions of Kentucky. Okay. Taking a look at the temperature spread. It's in the 30s to 40s for much of Southern New England, and in the 20s to 30s for much of Northern New England, with a 41-degree reading in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 42 in Port, Maine, and 40 in Auburn, Lewiston, and 43 in Brunswick, Maine. Alright. Right now, 44 degrees, our temperature not with humidity 96%, 2.43 degrees, and by around rate, 63 inches, and it's falling rapidly as it is kind of like a night in late March or April rather than early February. Hazard weather outlook, accumulated snowfall expected across the higher terrain and across interior and northwestern Massachusetts Wednesday and Wednesday night, with snow transition from heavy rain elsewhere. Low risk for strong southerly westerly winds Wednesday night, mainly across the Cape and Islands. Alright, let's take a look at our forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, rain may move for 2 a.m. Patch fog between 1 and 4 a.m. Low and 35 degrees. Light of variable wind, chest patient 100%. New principal between 1.5 inches possible for Monday. Partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny sky about 40 degrees. Northwest about 5 to 10 miles, increase at 11 and 60 miles in the afternoon. Winds gust size 31 miles an hour for Monday night. Increased skies about 16 degrees. Westward about 5 miles coming common in the evening for Tuesday. Cross skies, then gradually becoming most of the sun skies about 137 degrees. Common coming in southwest wind 5 to 8 miles in the morning. For Tuesday night, partly clouds about 22 degrees and light of wind. For Wednesday, snow before noon. Then 140 degrees and anticipation 100%. Then Wednesday night, rain may before 4 a.m. Low and 30 degrees, anticipation 100%. For Thursday, partly sunny to mostly clouds about 36, about 40 degrees. For Friday, mostly sunny to mostly clouds about 30, about 21 degrees, anticipation 30%. For Saturday, chance rain, snow showers, mostly clouds about 41, about 30 degrees, anticipation 50%. And for Sunday, chance of showers, mostly clouds about 43 degrees. Peter Channel News Time. 11:38 on this late Sunday night, and it is time now for Peter Channel Sports Nightly on this late Sunday night, February 4th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's a Sunday night in the sports department, and our top story on Peter Channel Sports Nightly is what can you say about Super Bowl 52 between the Pats and Eagles? High scoring game, a lot of offensive activity. Tom Brady had 505 yards. But it was the Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles were underdogs coming into the night Super Bowl, and they were the better team as the Philadelphia Eagles pull off an upset special, a 41-33 win over the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 52. And after the two teams traded a pair of field goals in the first quarter to make it 3-3 to score, Alshon Jeffrey 3-4-yard pass, but Nick Foles' kick failed to make it 9-3 Eagles for the first quarter break. And then Derek Lamb, 21-yard pass to make it 15-3 in favor of the Eagles. But then Stephen Gostkowski, a 45-yard field goal to make it 15-6 Eagles. And then James Watt, 26-yard run to make it 15-12. Eagles up by 3. The kick failed. Nick Foles, 1-yard pass from T. Britton and a trickery on 4th and 1. Doug Peterson went for it, and it paid off in a big way. And the Eagles went at halftime break up 22-12. But then Gronkowski, 5-yard pass from Tom Brady, make it 22-19. Pats down by 3. But then Corey Clement, a 22-yard pass from Nick Foles, make it 29-19 in favor of the Eagles. And then Corey Horgan, 26-yard pass to make it 29-26 Eagles through 3 quarters. And after a Josh Allen 42-yard field goal, make it 32-26 Eagles. Rob Gronkowski, 4-yard pass from Tom Brady to make it 33-32 in favor of the Patriots. But then Foles in the game went 75 yards, 7 minutes. Zach Ertz, 11-yard pass from Nick Foles, and the pass failed, and it was 38-33 Eagles, leaving the ball to Tom Brady with 2:21 left and a timeout. But the Eagle defense got to Brady, and he forced the fumble, and the Eagles took over, and a 46-yard field goal with Josh Allen to make it 41-33 Eagles. But then Brady and the Pats were in a situation similar to Super Bowl 46 when the Patriots and the Patriots had 57 seconds to work with, and they were down 4. Now the Pats were down 8, 41-33, and Brady pulled off a play almost was similar to the final play in Super Bowl 46, but it came up short, and the Philadelphia Eagles have won their first Lombardi Trophy in franchise history. It is a shock the New England Patriots 41-33 as Nick Foles threw the 24-43 for 373 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 interception, while Tom Brady 28 for 40 for 505 yards and 3 touchdowns. Alright, my take in the Super Bowl. It was a high-powered, high-scoring, high-offensive Super Bowl, and Brady and the Patriots played well, but you gotta give credit to Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles. They were the better team. They were the well-coached team, led by Doug Peterson and Nick Foles and the gang, and there was a great Super Bowl, and the Eagles were the better team, better coached team, and to Doug Peterson and the Eagles, great game, and you deserve to win. As for the Patriots, it's on the rebuilding, and it's on the next season, and Brady Belichick will try to put that loss aside and focus on working hard, being competitive, and focus on next season. So proud to be a Pats fan, no matter what. Alright, let's go to the... Alright. This afternoon, the Celtics put on an afternoon matinee against the Portland Trailblazers, and the Celtics got off to a slow start, down 26-19, and they were at the halftime break down 54-38. But then the Celtics turned the tables by turning it around as the Celtics went in the third quarter break, down 73-69, and then Al Horford hits the game winner at the buzzer. It was a back and forth fourth quarter as the Boston Celtics edge out the Portland Trailblazers 97-96 to go to 39-59 this season. As next up for the Celtics, they'll be in Toronto to take on the Toronto Raptors. Al Horford, 22 points to Jason Tatum, and 17 points to the win for the Celtics. While CJ McCollum had 22, and Damian Lillard 21 points in the loss for the Blazers. Alright, other scores in the NBA. Milwaukee Bucks over the Brooklyn Nets, 109-94. Atlanta Hawks over the New York Knicks, 99-96. Toronto Raptors over the Memphis Grizzlies, 101-86. LA Lakers over the Oakland City Thunder, 108-104. And the Charlotte Hornets over the Phoenix Suns, 115-110. Taking a look at some NHL scores. Vegas Golden Knights over the Washington Capitals 4-3. Montreal Canadiens over the Ottawa Senators 4-1. And the San Jose Sharks over the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1. Take a look at some college hoop scores. Villanova over St. Anal 92-76. Ohio State over Illinois 75-67. Arizona State over the Washington State 88-78. Boston College 80. Georgia Tech 72. Found in overtime. Iona 98, Marist 64, Colgate 69, Navy 64, Oakland 82, IUPUI 74, Maryland 68, Wisconsin 63, Tulsa 63, South Florida 54, Naga 96, Manama 91, Canada 73, St. Peter's 58, UIC 78, Detroit Mercy 69. It is Rider 74, Quinnipiac 59, and Temple 83, and Tulane 76. Alright, looking at some sports news. Brandon Cooks knocked out of the Super Bowl after a big hit. Struggling Cleveland Cavaliers not planning to fire coach Tyronn Lue. Malcolm Butler was reportedly not playing in the Super Bowl 52 due to a coach's decision. And Giants steal the show with dirty dents in advertisement. Male celebrities dominating in Super Bowl ads. NBC cites equipment failed for blank screen during Super Bowl commercial break. Colts Aaron Jackson killed after being struck by a suspected drunken driver. $30 for a soda. Super Bowl stadium is full of sky-high concession prices. Security stops Kevin Hart from joining Eagles on stage after Super Bowl win. Nick Foles' touchdown catch came out play called Philly Special. Russell Westbrook on Thunder's 4-game skid. He loves adversity. Patriots didn't benefit from these NFL catch controversies. NASCAR champs were exposed for Eagles and Sunday lays in the Eagles. And next year's All Class will be on. Big on the blockers. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Late Night News and Sports Nightly on this late Sunday night, February 4th, 2018. Hope you have a good night with a good body agent, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in the report. Hope you have a good night.